Have you ever wondered why people seem to struggle more with expressing our emotions and seeking help for mental health issues like major depression? This is a question that, unfortunately, many of us can answer with a resounding yes. Major depression isn't a fleeting feeling of sadness or a temporary case of the blues. It's a persistent, pervasive low mood that can make even the simplest tasks feel like climbing Everest. It's not just an emotional condition. It can manifest physically too, with symptoms ranging from headaches to digestive issues. But why are we focusing on people today? The fact is, people are often under more pressure to conform to societal expectations of stoicism and strength. This societal pressure can make it harder for people to express our feelings and seek help. It's a vicious cycle that can contribute to the development of major depression. Major depression in people is a serious issue that affects millions around the world. It's not just about feeling down, it's about a constant battle with a low mood that can affect every aspect of your life. It's about the struggle to get out of bed in the morning, the loss of interest in things you once enjoyed, the unexplained aches and pains, and the overwhelming sense of hopelessness. Understanding major depression in people is not just about understanding the condition itself, but also about understanding the societal pressures and expectations that people face. It's about recognizing the signs, knowing when to seek help, and breaking the stigma that surrounds mental health in people. In the next few minutes, we will delve deeper into what major depression is and how it affects people. We'll explore the causes, the signs, and the ways to seek help. We'll also discuss ways to break the stigma around major depression in people. This is a conversation that needs to be had, a conversation that can lead to understanding, acceptance, and healing. So let's start this journey together. Let's delve into the world of major depression in people, and let's do it with empathy, understanding, and compassion. Because when it comes to mental health, everyone deserves to be heard, understood, and supported. To better understand this issue, we first need to understand what major depression is. It's not just about feeling blue or having an off day. Major depression is a persistent low mood that casts a shadow over your everyday life, making even the simplest tasks seem like a mountain to climb. This isn't a fleeting feeling that comes and goes with the weather. It's a relentless downpour, a storm that doesn't seem to break. Now let's talk about some of the symptoms. Deep-seated sadness is a common one, but it's not the only sign. You might notice a loss of interest in things that once brought joy. Perhaps the music that used to soothe your soul no longer strikes a chord. Maybe your favorite dishes taste like cardboard, and sleep, that sweet escape, either eludes you or holds you captive for hours on end. Physical symptoms can also make an appearance. Unexplained headaches, digestive issues, or other physical discomforts can be a sign of major depression. It's as if your body is echoing the turmoil that's happening in your mind. Our conversation wouldn't be complete without acknowledging the unique experience of people dealing with major depression. People might feel a weight of sadness, but it can also show up as anger or irritability. There's a societal and cultural expectation, a stereotype, that people should be strong, stoic, and silent about their struggles. This can make it even harder to reach out for help or to express feelings of vulnerability. Major depression isn't a sign of weakness or a character flaw. It's a serious medical condition that requires attention and care. It's a battle fought in the mind, but it affects every aspect of life. It's a silent scream, a hidden struggle that many people face, often behind closed doors. This conversation is not meant to diagnose or to stigmatize. It's here to shed light, to inform, and to encourage understanding. Major depression is not a choice or a moral failing. It's a complex interplay of genetic, biological, environmental, and psychological factors. In the same way that we wouldn't blame someone for having high blood pressure or diabetes, we shouldn't blame those dealing with major depression. It's not about finding fault, it's about finding understanding, compassion, and ways to offer support. Now that we know what major depression is, let's explore some of the factors that can lead to this condition in people. Major depression can be caused by a variety of factors. The root causes of major depression, especially in people, is akin to assembling a complex puzzle. Each piece represents a different factor that can contribute to this condition, and only by putting them all together can we gain a comprehensive understanding. Firstly, let's consider the biological factors. Our genes play a significant role in our mental health, and major depression is no exception. Like the color of our eyes or the shape of our nose, our susceptibility to depression can be partially inherited. But remember, genes are not destiny. They merely increase our vulnerability. They do not determine our fate. Now let's move on to psychological factors. In our society, people often face the pressure to conform to traditional notions of certain societal norms. They're expected to be strong, stoic, and unemotional, but this can create a kind of emotional straitjacket, making it difficult for people to express vulnerability and seek help. This pressure can contribute to the onset of major depression. Last, but by no means least, we have environmental factors. Life, as we know, is filled with ups and downs. Sometimes the downs can be particularly stressful, like losing a job, going through a divorce, or experiencing a significant loss. These stressful life events can act as triggers, catalyzing the development of major depression. It's important to remember that these factors don't operate in isolation. They interact as part of a complex web of causality. For example, a person with a genetic predisposition to depression might find themselves more susceptible to environmental stresses, or societal pressures to conform to traditional societal norms might exacerbate the effect of biological vulnerabilities. Recognizing these factors can help us understand why some people develop major depression. But how do we recognize the signs? In our next segment, we'll delve into how to recognize the signs of major depression in people, so stay tuned. Recognizing major depression isn't always easy, especially in people who might try to hide our feelings. This is a significant point to remember as we delve deeper into the signs of major depression in people. Major depression is often masked behind a facade of strength or indifference, making it difficult to spot. However, there are some telltale signs that we can look out for. These signs might be subtle and gradual, or they might hit all at once like a ton of bricks. Regardless, it's essential to be aware of these signs to support ourselves or our loved ones better. The first sign we'll discuss is a change in behavior. This isn't just about feeling sad or down. It's about a persistent change that affects all aspects of life. This could be an increased irritability or a sudden lack of patience. Might notice a loved one snapping at minor inconveniences or becoming easily frustrated. Difficulty concentrating and making decisions could be another sign. Like the world is moving in slow motion, but the mind is racing a mile a minute, making it hard to focus. Another sign is withdrawal and isolation. People dealing with major depression might pull away from social activities they once enjoyed. They might decline invitations, preferring to spend time alone. But it's not the kind of solitude that refreshes, it's the kind that drains. It's a self-imposed isolation, a silent cry for help that often goes unnoticed. Physical symptoms can also be an indicator of major depression. It's not just a mental condition, it's a physical one too. Unexplained aches and pains, changes in appetite, or disrupted sleep patterns might be signs. It's like the body is echoing the mind's distress, manifesting it in tangible ways. These signs, however, can be easily misinterpreted or overlooked, especially in people. Society has long held the belief that people should be strong, silent, and stoic. But these expectations can mask the reality of major depression, making it harder to recognize and address. It's essential to remember that these signs are not definitive proof of major depression. They are possible indicators, and it's always best to seek professional advice if you or a loved one are experiencing these symptoms. So what can we do with this information? The first step is to recognize these signs, acknowledge them without judgment or fear. The second step is to communicate openly, fostering an environment of support and understanding. And finally, seek professional help, because no one should have to navigate the stormy waters of major depression alone. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards seeking help. And remember, it's not a sign of weakness to seek help. It's a sign of strength, courage, and resilience, because it's okay not to be okay, and it's more than okay to ask for help when you're not. Seeking help is crucial in dealing with major depression. It's a statement that bears repeating because sometimes the hardest part of the journey towards healing is reaching out for assistance. Let's start with professional support. Therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists are trained to help individuals navigate the complexities of major depression. They can provide you with coping mechanisms, strategies to manage symptoms, and a safe space to express your feelings without judgment. It's important to remember that seeking professional help doesn't mean you're weak or incapable. It signifies your strength and determination to improve your mental health. Medication can also be a valuable tool in managing major depression. Antidepressants work by rebalancing the chemicals in your brain that affect mood and emotions. They may help improve your ability to sleep, eat, and concentrate, as well as reduce feelings of sadness and hopelessness. It's key to remember that medication is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and what works for one person might not work for another. Close collaboration with your healthcare provider is essential to finding the right medication and dosage for your unique needs. Finally, let's talk about support networks. Friends, family, and loved ones can provide emotional support during difficult times. They can offer a listening ear, a comforting word, or a simple presence when you need it the most. Support groups, both online and offline, can also be beneficial. They provide a platform for sharing experiences, advice, and encouragement with individuals who are going through similar challenges. However, it's important to remember that while support networks can provide comfort, and they are not a substitute for professional help. If you're struggling with major depression, reaching out to a healthcare professional is the first and most crucial step towards recovery. In conclusion, seeking help for major depression involves a combination of professional support, potentially medication, and a strong support network. It's a journey, and every step taken, no matter how small, is a victory. Remember, seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, but a brave step towards healing. Note, the original script does not contain the word men to be replaced with people. The script remains unchanged. It's time we break the stigma surrounding major depression in people. One of the most powerful tools we have to combat stigma is open conversation. For too long, people have been conditioned to hide their feelings, to bury their struggles beneath a facade of toughness. But bottling up emotions isn't strength, it's a prison. It's vital to understand that talking about your feelings isn't a sign of weakness, but a testament to your resilience. It's about acknowledging your humanity, your right to experience a range of emotions, including sadness and despair, a moment to consider the people in your life. Encourage them to speak openly about their feelings, to share their struggles without fear of judgment. Offer them a space of understanding and empathy where they can feel safe to express their vulnerabilities. And remember, these conversations aren't just for those who are struggling, they're for everyone. By normalizing these discussions, we can all contribute to breaking down the walls of stigma. Another crucial element in combating the stigma surrounding major depression in people is media representation. We need to see more stories that portray people dealing with mental health issues to show that it's not a sign of weakness, but a part of the human experience. These narratives can help to dispel harmful stereotypes and provide a more accurate, compassionate picture of what major depression looks like. As we strive to change the narrative around major depression in people, let's remember that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to feel, and it's okay to ask for help. Let's champion the cause of mental health, not just for ourselves, but for the people in our lives who might be silently struggling. Let's encourage them to seek professional help if needed, to reach out to supportive networks, and to understand that they are not alone in their journey. Let's remember it's okay to talk about our feelings, and it's okay to seek help. That brings us to the end of our discussion on major depression in people. We've journeyed through understanding what major depression is, a persistent low mood that significantly affects daily life. We delved into the causes, highlighting the interplay of biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Then we navigated the signs to watch out for, such as social withdrawal, behavioral changes, and physical symptoms. Underscored the importance of seeking help, be it through professional support, medication, or a strong support network. We emphasized the need to break the stigma around major depression in people, urging for open conversations and diverse media representation. This journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and a reminder that it's okay to seek help. Remember, you're not alone. Seeking help is a brave step towards healing. Until next time, take care.